It's not always easy to optimize a website or web application to identify what doesn't work. So you should first look at your Chrome console. You have a really nice tab where you can see how many resources, what's the biggest size of like images, assets. You can optimize already from there. Like you have images that might not be the right size, and of course it takes longer to load. The fonts, not only the images, not only the formats, PNG, JPEG might be better than PNG, smaller. There are other image formats, but like I said, the font can also be reduced. You have different font formats you could use. Then you should have a like you should dig into the code base, your recent commits, the backend as well. Maybe you need to add some indices in the database. You can use PG Analyze for that. You could use different profiling tools to look what make your application, what might make your application slow, and how you can speed it up. You can also make sure that you have multiple instances of your AWS around the world. Like if you're the majority of your customers are in the US, but your AWS instance is based in Sydney, Australia, well, it will take longer to load, and that's not ideal. The same, maybe you don't use AWS, but your web hosting company provider is the location is very far from the majority of the traffic. Or if you have traffic everywhere, you should serve the traffic where your customers are. So you can have one instance of your if you use AWS, let's say, one instance would be in Singapore, one would be in Australia, would be in the UK. For Europe, one would be in the US. That's just an example. You should always think about how you can make the speed faster for the users, how you can deliver the page quicker. You can use a CDN, so content delivery network. That's a good way as well. Cloudflare is a good one. Of course, like AWS does offer one too. Finally, you, like we mentioned about SQL queries, indices, you could optimize your SQL queries. And maybe it's a third-party API that is taking a lot of time. Why? To make the connection synchron. Maybe a synchron would be better and faster to deliver the content without waiting the API call to finish. Otherwise, that will be a terrible user experience. So you see, there are a lot of ways to make your website faster, a lot. You should do some profiling, you should do some benchmarks, and then you will be able to end up with a perfect way to have your website as quick as possible.